Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are superb distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love. Like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
We got the call on our way home that something was wrong. When we got here, we saw that the entire house was engulfed in flames. Just sitting there and looking at you, basically a whole life investment going up in flames. It did take a toll on us as a family. Once we decided to rebuild, the thought came up to use the Housing Authority of Grenada. After they sent in their quotation, which we thought was very, very reasonable, we decided to go with Housing Authority of Grenada. They were very helpful. They visited the site weekly. The staff was very professional. The contractor was very professional. They delivered our house on time. The quality of work was amazing. And as you can see today, we are not disappointed. I would definitely recommend Housing Authority of Grenada for all your construction needs. With their affordable costs, high level of customer service, guidance, and building expertise, they will help you as they help us.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Yeah, we want to encourage you to check them out, all right? Infinite Contractors. I heard that they've been doing some good work. Yeah, man. I mean, when you have people talking about your company and your work ethic and so on, well, that's great. You understand? So big up, and I'm happy that you're part of this, you know, the whole business. So let's say hello and welcome to everyone currently tuned in on the business. Of course, we have quite a bit of things to tell you about tonight, boy. All right. Now, Ashjuan, Patrice, found. We'll talk to you about that. Opposition parliamentarians first to file declarations in 2023. G-Cruz hands over devices to Nawasa, and the government reimplements petrol tax. We'll talk to you about that. And unions make an appeal to the government. We'll talk to you about that just now. Black Stalin's grave desecrated once again. We'll talk to you about that. The Jones Road now impassable, and persons or drivers will have to find alternative routes to get to the western side of the island. We'll talk about all of that and more when we come back from the break. We got to let you know that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Coates, Grenada Limited, Nawasa, the Housing Authority of Grenada, Real Value, IGA Supermarket, Superb Distributors, Infinite Contractors, and all the other sponsors on the business. We want to say thank you for joining us. Folks, those of you who are here for the first time, hello, hello, hello. And of course, the usual suspects. You have people who don't miss a program. We have to say hello to you guys. And of course, if you have not yet done so, share the business. Because when you share the business, that's how other people get to know that we are live. So go ahead and do the business, all right? We are coming back. I think we have about a 30-second break, and then we're going to be back.
Allied Laboratories welcomes you. You can find us here on Gladstone Road in Grenville, in the building next to Calico, on the second floor, adjacent to Dr. Isaac's office. Or you can find us here on Grand Anse Main Road, adjacent to South Winds, opposite the entrance of XL Plaza. Contact our Grenville branch at 410-3488 or 419-1588 or send us an email at alliedlabgrenville@gmail.com.
All right. And of course, well, folks, all right, good. I was just sipping on a bit of lemongrass tea with some honey, and sometimes you mix it with a little ginger, a good nighttime thingy, to keep the body soothed. You understand? You feel really nice. I think the body really loves lemongrass and ginger and cinnamon. You understand? You just feel different. You know what I mean? But anyway, lady, that talk day. So let's move. Okay. So first of all, the communal credit union, they'll be having an independence competition. Yes, an independence competition. They are going to be having their first ever independence cake baking competition. Now, this is scheduled for the 6th of February, and it will be held at the main office located at Halifax Street, St. George's. At the office, the various entries will be on display and judged. The following are the judging criteria for the competition. The use of the national colors, 20 points, originality, 20 points, creativity, 20 points, skills, 20 points, neatness, 10 points, and taste, 10 points. Give creativity more points, no man. Why is that one? Listen, there are some people, they creative to rap. Listen, anyway, let's leave that talk. So y'all can look forward to that. So y'all, people who want to participate, you can call up the communal and sign up if registration is still open. And of course, for the customers, then you can go on the 6th of February to have a look at the cakes and so on. I think it's a really good idea because cake thing is a big thing in Grenada, right? It's actually a thing in Grenada, right? There's no other Caribbean island that does cakes in terms of decorating cakes. I don't know about the taste, but the decoration is on point. Yeah, and some could match the taste with decoration, and some, well, let's just say it's art. Okay, so the Royal Grenada Police Force extends its appreciation to the media and the general public for your assistance in locating Ashjuan Patrice of Lauriston Carriacou. Ashjuan returned home on the 17th, that's Tuesday, has been reunited with his family. Again, the Royal Grenada Police Force would like to say thank you. See, they doesn't say anything else. They just say thank you. And any other thing, they just, all right, you know what we're talking about. Right, we're moving on. Word from the Integrity Commission is that the opposition MPs will be the first group of persons in public life to declare income, assets, and liabilities in the new year. Now, 13 members of parliament made up of elected representatives, senators, as well as the president of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, they are expected to lodge their documents with the Integrity Commission on January 26, 2023, beginning 9 in the morning. Now, the Integrity Commission says among the opposition members receiving notices to file declarations, more than half have done so before. So it will not be a new process for them. Approximately 6 months after assuming office, Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell, along with his cabinet, elected representatives and senators were invited to file their declarations. 13 of the 16 persons invited to file then have since declared their assets. The Office of the Integrity Commission will determine when the remaining 3 who requested extensions will be given further dates for filing. Now, the Integrity Commission, which was set up by the Act of Parliament in 2013, has one of its mandates to obtain, quote, obtain declarations of the assets, liabilities, income, and interest in relation to property of persons in public life. Integrity in Public Life Act number 24 of 2013. The Commission began receiving declarations in 2014, shortly after its offices were set up. Okay, we are moving on. Nawasa boy, it was presented with 3 flow measurement devices which will help improve its data collection capabilities. We have this special report for you.
3 electromagnetic discharge measurements with accessories were handed over to the National Water and Sewage Authority Nawasa on Tuesday, 17th January. The devices, which include 3 flow measurement instruments along with 3 tablets, were procured under the Climate Resilient Water Sector in Grenada G-Cruise project and will support Nawasa's river flow data collection. The total value of the device is $64,629.58. The items were procured under the G-Cruise project sub-activity piloting improvement of data availability and data management for discharge measurements at rivers and streams. Making the presentation on behalf of G-Cruise, head of project Marian Geis, says the devices are a major boost not only for Nawasa, but also for the future Water Resource Management Unit, WRMU, under the G-Cruise project, which will require data from Nawasa to aid in its operation.
I'm very pleased that today we received the electromagnetic flow meters that we're handing over today to Nawasa to support the data management or data collection that is required for an accurate water resource management, which later on by the new Water Resource Management Unit will be used to set the basis for providing the water that we need also in the stress of climate change.
Receiving on behalf of Nawasa, General Manager Mr. Christopher Husbands expressed the organization's appreciation for the devices while highlighting the importance of effectively managing the island's water sources.
Clearly, the Water Resource Management Unit and the whole development of water resources in Grenada is an area of focus for us. If we don't manage the resources well, we won't have water to produce or distribute. So the entire system has to be integrated, and clearly this is one of the areas that is a focus of the G-Cruise, and we are pushing ahead to ensure that we can implement all aspects of the project as quickly as possible.
Training will be held with treatment plant operators on the effective use of the devices, downloading the data from the logger and updating their internal processes. Also benefiting from the electromagnetic discharge measurements will be the future Water Resource Management Unit. The unit will be established under the G-Cruise project to support the integration of climate resilience into Grenada's water sector governance. The WRMU will rely on hydrological and climate change data from relevant ministries and agencies. By strengthening the treatment plant operators of Nawasa in data collection and management, the WRMU will get a sound base for decision-making in regards to Grenada's water resources. Reporting for the G-Cruise project, I am Janelle Ruben.
Thank you very much, Janelle. And I thought that was amazing. Okay. So they say 2022 was one of the hottest years in history. One of the, I think it was about the 5th or so hottest years since they started to record. So I don't know what we could expect for 2023 and how that will affect water resource. You understand? What I can tell you that today was a hot day. You know what I mean? Although we got some rain later on in the evening, around 5-ish, 5:30. I don't know, it was a hot day. And guys, do you realize that today was hot, but yet outside is cooler or cold in the night. So the day is really hot, but the nights are really cold just the same. Anyway, lately that too. We're moving on. So some people rushed the gas stations, and we were telling you about that last night. Some people rushed the gas stations last night. after hearing that the price of gasoline was going to jump by a couple of dollars. All right, $3.81 up, moving from $11.19. It is now $15, right? And so people rush the business. Understand? Now, also, what was announced last night was the fact that well, it was not directly announced, but the information was there that the petrol tax will be re-implemented, reintroduced, reinstitute, whatever you want to call it, but something. You understand? You guys will remember that back in September of 2022, the government took measures to kind of cushion the high cost of living, you know, because gas price was going up, things were getting expensive and all that one. So they say, you know what, let's remove that tax. It was then $5.50. All right. So now that has been reintroduced, but instead of $5.50, it is now $3.50. All right. So that added to the cost, brought it up to where it is at the current cost. All right. So people were giving the comments about that who are appreciative of it, and who some others are saying, well, you know, things hard, you know. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah. So we have to make the necessary adjustments because gas is, you know, one of the things that I need, that we need. You understand? Buy solar cars and thing. You understand? So anyway, so this is what's going to be happening. $3.50 instead of $5.50 in terms of the tax, the petrol tax. All right, good. Well, we give you all the gas price, so I don't think we need to go back through that for tonight. No? Good. We are moving on. So, the Public Workers Union and the Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union, who are engaged in joint negotiations on wage increases with the government of Grenada covering the period 2023 to 2025, update their members and the public as follows. 1. Proposals were communicated to the government of Grenada on September 22nd, 2022. 2. Counter proposals were received from the government negotiation team, the GNT, on December 9th, 2022, with the government negotiating team informing of its intent to have joint negotiations with all unions and uniformed staff associations like the police and prison. Together, parties met in the first session of negotiations on December 14, 2022. It goes on to say that meetings set following the initial meeting have been postponed by the government negotiating team and have not come off. Also, both the government and the Public Workers Union and the GTAU have indicated their intent to not engage long periods of retroactivity. In fact, government has indicated, they say in the past, that they have an obligation to have all wage adjustments and increases catered for in the year they become due. Now, it concludes by saying, our unions encourage the government negotiating team to ensure the negotiations are completed in the shortest time, averting lengthy retroactive periods and large payments from incurring. Now, so to put it into perspective here, I think both the unions are giving the government a little nudge. You know, hey, what going on here? We have had discussions and we find we don't like how things going so far. So we are not going to take any set of drastic step, but we're going to put this out there just to let you know that we are becoming a little uncomfortable. You understand? That's the tone I am getting from this. Yeah? So let's see how the government, if ever, would respond to the unions on this. All right? earlier. Last night. It was just last night, like all you are goat might. It was only last night we told you that the Jones Road is not looking good. You understand? It ain't pretty. So yesterday we visited the area, took a look at it, and thought, no papa, that not look right. Okay? So, we went there today again. We saw you had some men there and they were watching and trying to determine, I don't know who assigned them, but they were trying to determine what's going on there, what is causing the road to be deteriorate like this. Papa, we passed there about 11 o'clock today. By 2-3 o'clock, you understand? By 2-3 o'clock, I get called, Mikey. The road gone. I say, where the road gone? I just passed there. You understand? Folks, apparently, the road has deteriorated so much within the last few hours that it is now impassable. Vehicle can pass there. Remember that was the temporary road that was assigned for the use for people who live on the western side and northern sides of the island. Pass there. Because of the situation at the Molyneux area, the Molyneux land slippage. This road here now took some pressure since 2019. It get some good leaks. And he decided, I'm tired. You understand? He decided nothing to go, so listen. I'm tired, I'm done. And the road gave way. So, we found traffic now unofficially using, what's it, Monkuma Road? Monkuma. Now this road is almost completed, but it is not complete. As you can see. But them drivers don't have no choice. Is that how you do that? Or you pass all the way up to Willis, Venom, Willis, all go through Grenville Vale and all kind of thing. All kind of confirm. You understand? So, these drivers are caught between a rock and a hard place. We are yet to hear officially from the government about this. I know they spoke about it, I think it was last week, and they were appealing to drivers and particularly truck drivers and things like that to stop using the road for that with these heavy duty vehicles and things with set a load and things like can't take the load. You understand? It was still happening. So here we are. Look where we are. You understand? So you will find that go off buses, so test buses, number 5 buses, and people living up, so I had to go take. No. This, I don't even know how to go walk with vehicles coming downward tomorrow. Going up is one thing, but remember, this is not asphalt. This is the chip stone on a little bit of loose gravel, a little bit of mud. So if not careful enough, you could find that vehicles can lose control on this piece of road. So this, even if people are going to use this as an alternative route, have to be used with extreme caution. And then we'll also have to factor in delays. You understand? Because while they are trying to work on this piece of road to get it completed, in the shortest possible time, they will be interrupted by vehicles constantly coming through. Unless they can find some plan, some quick remedy for the Jones Road. We're caught between a rock and a hard place. You understand? So let me see how that piece go work. I find people. Anyway, let me that talk. Me, I don't want to really go down that kind of road tonight. You understand? You do little things, you know. Let me tell you, sometimes we behave so selfish. That road could have lasted longer. But all we do is we think about ourselves. We need to get here quickly. We need to look at what is happening to the road by the concrete trucks. And it breaks my heart to see that to date, we have this happening every single place you go is a set of concrete. on the nation's roads. Concrete spills. And don't tell me them drivers not aware, because they're aware. They are aware because it's the same road they're passing back to see a little bit of water to sprinkle on the thing. And then and that's it, you know. You're coming back, you have a little hose on the truck. Whatever you do, whatever problem you create, you fix that. Nothing so, you know, people. And you even know that asphalt and concrete. You get a chisel or whatever it is, or something of the sort, or some kind of heavy thing, hilty or whatever, in a flash, that gone. But we are not, and that's from the police end, we are not holding these people accountable. We are not. Anything just goes. We are not holding these people accountable. You understand? But wait. Hold on. Anyway, I find the other day I go and grab a lunch. Literally 15 to 25 seconds. Ask anybody, them people, I hear them people cussing the police now. 15 to 25 seconds I stop. A double park, vehicle could pass, but a double park. You know, because I say, watch now, I quick. Like lightning and people, I quick. I run in the restaurant, I just jump out, run in the restaurant and come back. I coming back, I say, I coming back, I see a police clamping my vehicle. No more than 25. Ask anybody. So them people cussing the police because they say, look at the man just run out the vehicle there. Or look at him clamp the man van. I get me clamping, peace. I say, officer, yeah, what on? How much is the thing? I pay me money. I say, around. But I find just the same way. Let's hold them other fellas accountable too. You know what I mean? Let's hold them fellas accountable too. Them fellas with them big chuck on them. Bullying people on the road. Bullying people on the road, dog. When I tell you bullying people. So they bullying people. Bullying. Don't get me wrong. I know all this. Stay ready. Bullying people. 1. 2. Throwing a set of cement all over the place. Without care or concern for nobody. And they just go about their business to do it again tomorrow. And the following day. Come on, man. I'll have to stop that. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Hear this. Black Stalin was a star. A star. The man lived for people. Yes? Y'all know that. He was just buried recently. He died and was buried. Oh, yeah. No. There's a problem. What is the problem? His grave being desecrated. And it's a hard pill to swallow.
For the second day in a row, the grave of the Black Stalin, the Calypsonian lyricalist, has been vandalized.
There's feces on the grave, there's a dead iguana, and I mean, they totally destroyed what was a mound and was a respect to the passing of the late lyricalist and the grave that was mound last week.
Our cameras picked up empty syringes strewn on the ground among what remained of the floral arrangements. On Friday afternoon, it had been discovered the grave had been defiled. Because of that, the mayor says he came to visit it this morning with Riyad Hussain, the city corporation's councillor for parks and institutions, and discovered the grave had been trashed a second time. The mayor believes he knows who may be responsible.
These people who assemble on the promenade basically for meals, because the public continue to feed them 3 and 4 times a day. And in between meals, they find things to do because, as the saying goes, the devil finds work for idle hands.
He says at any one point, 40 to 50 displaced persons could be assembled on Harris Promenade because they're being fed by kind members of the public. The mayor wants them to give the food instead to Court Shamrock, a home for socially displaced men. He says next Tuesday, he will meet with the municipal police to come up with a lasting solution. But in the short term, several of the pedestrian gates to the cemetery will be closed. And for the family of the Black Stalin, he has this message.
We must apologize. It's extremely sad and unfortunate, and we have a responsibility to protect the city, and we are going to do what we have to do.
Soini Gray, CNC3 News.
All right, and yeah, boy. I don't know, man. That one tough. Black Stalin, you know. I don't know if the people are aware who's buried there. As they're saying, you know, it's like people who have no fixed place of abode. You know, so I don't know. But that's just not good enough. I'll put the man in a better, I'll case up the thing and make the thing look nice now. Because 2 green area and that's it, you know, that's gone, you know. You can't see that again. So all you still fix up the business, you know what I mean? Fix up the business. I show you how like $5 a day. Fix up the business. Oh yeah, I see that we're running out of time. I want to take a moment and take a break now. And of course, when I come back, what we will have for you is a national report. We'll also have the weather. So stay tuned. We will be back.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are superb distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love. Like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
We got the call on our way home that something was wrong. When we got here, we saw that the entire house was engulfed in flames. Just sitting there and looking at you, basically your whole life investment going up in flames. It did take a toll on us as a family. Once we decided to rebuild, the thought came up to use the Housing Authority of Grenada. After they sent in their quotation, which we thought was very, very reasonable, we decided to go with Housing Authority of Grenada. They were very helpful. They visited the site weekly. The staff was very professional. The contractor was very professional. They delivered our house on time. The quality of work was amazing. And as you can see today, we are not disappointed. I would definitely recommend Housing Authority of Grenada for all your construction needs. With their affordable costs, high level of customer service, guidance, and building expertise, they will help you as they help us.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Contractors and Machinery. We are your one-stop engineering and consultancy company with experience locally, regionally, and internationally. We provide excavation services and engineering consultancy, construction of residential and commercial structures, civil works such as drainage, retaining walls, roads, concrete patio services, paving services, concrete driveway services, remodeling and renovation, painting services, styling services, and so much more. Ask about our rental services of excavators, heavy equipment, metal formwork, and steel prop. Contact us today via telephone number 537-9675 or email infinitecontractors19@gmail.com.
Gifts of love with dread, bringing love for you this year. Communion showing that we care. With gifts of love with
It's your Gifts of Love for Cheer 2.0. 'Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love. Getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Make it a merrier Christmas with the communal. Exciting prizes for members throughout the promotion. For we are your Santa this Christmas. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply.
Batteries. All roads lead to Quality Services Limited for the best deals on batteries for all applications: cars, SUVs, pickups, buses, medium and heavy duty trucks, construction equipment, generators, boats and more. European made with the highest amps and comes with a 12-month warranty. Yes, you heard it right. 1 year with the best quality and price. Quality Services Limited for the best deals on batteries. First left of the Lansopines Road. Call 444-4323 or WhatsApp 410-8070 or 405-7010. Quality Services Limited for all batteries.
Allied Laboratories welcomes you. You can find us here on Gladstone Road in Grenville, in the building next to Calico, on the second floor, adjacent to Dr. Isaac's office. Or you can find us here on Grand Anse Main Road, adjacent to South Winds, opposite the entrance of XL Plaza. Contact our Grenville branch at 410-3488 or 419-1588 or send us an email at alliedlabgrenville@gmail.com. You can contact our Grand Anse branch at 403-3488 or 404-3488 or send us an email at alliedlabstgeorge@gmail.com.
Fit for life and Allied Laboratories. We're taking care of Grenada.
Government to forgo estimated $18.8 million in revenue this year with reintroduction of petrol tax at a lower rate. We'll have details of this story and more in the National Report.
It is here again, it is here again. The Made in Grenada Expo is here again. And I just hope the whole of Grenada ready, because I sung in a clarion call. The Made in Grenada Expo is here again. The Made in Grenada Expo is on February 7th, and the public is encouraged to come out and give full support and buy out all local products on show. Products manufactured right here in Grenada, 100% Grenadian, and it's happening right here at the National Stadium. Are taking in the Independence Parade and the Made in Grenada Expo one time. I am so excited. That's why I'm making a fireside. I bring my tent, my blanket and all kind of thing, and I'm camping right here until everything done on February 7th. The Made in Grenada Expo is here again.
Welcome back. With the details to the news for Wednesday, January 18th, 2023, I am Sherian Noel. Consistent with its commitment in the 2023 budget to mitigate the high cost of living on the population, government has reintroduced the petrol tax with effect from January 18th at a lower rate of $3.50 instead of the $5.50 rate previously charged. As a result of this policy, government will forgo an estimated $18.8 million in revenue this year. The petrol tax was temporarily removed in September of last year as an immediate cost of living relief measure. As a direct result, Grenada enjoyed the lowest retail price of fuel across the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, over the last 4 months. The reinstatement of the petrol tax at a lower rate comes at the end of this temporary measure, and prices at the pump are still expected to remain below the average for the OECS. Additionally, effective January 18th, government will harmonize the prices of gasoline, diesel and kerosene on the mainland and in Carriacou to ensure that residents on both locations pay similar prices for these products. Government continues to actively monitor fuel costs and wishes to reiterate its commitment that should the price per barrel of oil result in price per gallon of petrol exceeding $17, it will consider additional policy measures, including reinstating a cap on fuel prices, to mitigate the impact on the population. Moving along, Grenada makes progress in executing its priority areas under the United Nations Country Implementation Plan. Grenada became a signatory in January 2022 and has since completed one of its 17 Sustainable Development Goals. UN officials and local stakeholders converged at the Trade Center Annex on Wednesday to review Grenada's plan, which includes UN development systems that contribute to the acceleration of its Sustainable Development Goals efforts, COVID-19 recovery and advancement of specific national sustainable priorities. UN's Country Coordination Officer for Grenada, Fiona Sandy, highlighted progress so far and expectations moving forward to full implementation.
Only one SDG has been achieved, and this is quality education, SDG 4. And that's the one highlighted in green. Gender equality, which you know we've been doing a lot of work on, including under the Spotlight Initiative, that's SDG 5, is on track to be achieved. Information is unavailable, data is unavailable for SDGs 1, no poverty, 8, decent work and economic growth, 10, reduced inequalities, 11, sustainable cities and communities, 12, responsible consumption and production, and 17, partnerships for the goals. Achieving zero hunger, SDG 2, and climate action, SDG 13, seem to be stagnating. There have been improvements in SDG 3, good health and well-being, SDG 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure, SDG 6, clean water and sanitation, and SDG 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions.
Senior Development Coordination Officer Kenroy Roach commended Grenada on the steps taken to propel the process of implementation. He says the UN will continue to support Grenada on its journey to accelerate its implementation rate to achieve its goals before the 2030-2035 deadlines.
I think Grenada has already set a really great precedent for what hopefully we can do across the rest of the region. It will afford us a unique opportunity to gather a wide range of ideas to accelerate implementation or relook and recalibrate efforts, maybe even to make some adjustments to interventions planned. As you know, we're in the decade of action. We're just under 7 years to achieve the ambitious Agenda 2030, including the SDGs, which have been adopted by all 193 member states of the UN, including Grenada. And given the setbacks brought on by COVID-19, and of course the triple crisis of food, finance, and fuel, and all the shocks to SIDS, we know we must move very swiftly to achieve what we have set out to achieve.
Representative in the Ministry of Economic Development and Planning, Isaac Bagwan, is optimistic that Grenada will overcome the many obstacles and fulfill its development goals. He spoke of the challenge of inconsistent monitoring of programs and projects.
The selection of these priority areas in Grenada have been developed based on several levels of consultation, research, and analysis over the course of 2021, particularly involving engagement between ministries, the UN, regional consultations, and partnership within the OECS and CDB. The key challenge remains that of monitoring and implementation. While the resources for the individual programs may not seem to be a lot, but collectively it represents a huge amount of funds that goes towards the very set program that our ministries and agencies are mandated to implement. And may I add, all these are grant funds. I trust that our review exercise today will be candid, it will be fruitful, and there will be a renewed energy to do the programs that we have all committed to for the benefit of our people.
Among Grenada's 17 Sustainable Development Goals are gender equality, quality education, climate action, reduced inequality, zero hunger, and no poverty. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
I think I've decided. I want this one.
Excuse me. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. Can you tell me why it is you decided to purchase this fridge?
Sure, because it's a lot cheaper, looks good, and if I should say, does the same job as all the others.
I see. Can I show you something?
No problem.
See what the sign says? It said this appliance uses natural refrigerants.
So...
This refrigerator uses green cooling technology with natural refrigerants, which is environmentally friendly and does not hamper to the environment and the ozone layer. Equipments like these will greatly reduce your electricity bill, last longer, perform better, and protect the environment, and will give you the peace of mind in knowing that you are doing your part in creating a more environmentally responsible world for current and future generations.
So you're telling me that this fridge right here may cost a little more now, but I can save on my electricity bill? It will perform better and last longer than this other one and have all the things you just said?
Oh yeah.
Remember, when purchasing an AC or refrigerator for your home or business, be sure to ask for the one that uses natural refrigerants. Go green.
Let's beware, let's beware. Cooling, going green, you hear? So the ozone layer won't disappear. So let's go green, using natural refrigerants. Let's go green.
Welcome back. Government commits to provide more support to farmers and agro-processors as part of efforts to increase local food production, improve the agriculture sector, and lower the food import bill. The future of the agriculture sector has been placed under the microscope in recent times as government deliberates on the best way forward for the Marketing and National Importing Board. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell told the gathering at a recent town hall meeting that millions will be invested in the sector. A US $10 million loan has been approved for emergency food production. This, according to Prime Minister Mitchell, will boost farmers' ability to produce more food for the country.
We certainly intend in this year to give as much support as we can to farmers and to agro-processors. As announced in the budget, we have an ambitious $10 million loan that we've gotten to use for the purpose of emergency food production. And so we will do everything in our power to ensure that the government can implement by providing the support, whether it's in the form of machinery, equipment, fertilizer, technical assistance, land clearing, etc., etc.
Prime Minister Mitchell said the intention is to get to the point of subsistent farming and production, which will in turn lower the country's food import bill.
If we can't feed ourselves, then those who are feeding us could hold us to ransom. And so the goal ultimately is to get us to a point where we can feed ourselves by consuming the things that we can produce. And the things that we produce doesn't have to remain static. It can change, it can improve, it can get better. So I want the food import bill to go from 400 million to 300 million so that the 100 million could stay within Grenada and could go into the pockets of the farmers, the agro-processors, and other persons involved in agriculture and food production.
Minister of State with responsibility for agriculture, lands, fisheries and cooperatives, Senator Adrian Thomas, outlined his ministry's plans to establish an organized unit for agro-processors on island.
We want to make sure that the people who have the initiative, who is making the efforts to go into agro-processing, the government, the ministry, reach out to them, hold their hands and see how we can carry them to make the next step. Because some people are in the kitchen for the past 10 years and they are not moving further than that. You go to New York and you get tamarind balls coming from Grenada. And each packet you buy every time, it is different. Because we are not organized. We're not consistent. So we want to organize all the agro-processors in Grenada, and we want to expand that business. You cannot be in this business for all these years, depending on the 4 plum trees in your yard. Huh? We wanted to collect some of the plums in Woburn. Yeah, and bring it up to, so that when you retire, you can establish the business and employ some more people. You alone can be doing this business.
And finally in the news, in an effort to monetize the cannabis sector and bring about other benefits using data on agriculture and other natural resources, the Ministry of Agriculture through the Cannabis Committee engaged the Laconic Infrastructure Incorporated to get a better sense of Grenada's prospects in gaining full monetary advantage. Laconic Infrastructure is an organization based in the United States which works in agriculture production, empowerment through use of modern environmental data to empower farmers to do more with less. A 2-man team of consultants met with ministers of government and members of the Cannabis Committee at the Public Workers Union building on Wednesday and engaged with participants on how they can best move forward with the industry. Chairperson of the committee, Rolanda McQueen, says the idea is to explore the benefits of the sector.
And I didn't want our island to be known as just growing marijuana. I was looking at the bigger picture of agriculture. I wanted to look big. I was thinking big, and I wanted us to do something that would sustain us, and that even the farmers and people that was well learned about the industry. I just didn't want to do guesswork. So I think the best way to do it was to bring in expertise in and let us listen to what they have to say.
Andrew Gilmore is the Chief Executive Officer at Laconic. He explains how data helps in ensuring that pharmaceutical grades of cannabis are manufactured.
With data comes the ability to grow more cannabis at a higher grade of purity for THC or cannabinoid oil than just standard plantings, and that will enable pharmaceutical grade cannabis products to be manufactured by Grenada, generating more revenue and giving more potential products out. So you have to have a very high quality data pedigree for the plants for any of those products to make their way into pharmaceutical products or medications. And so having the data and our platform will allow your cannabis initiative to service an industry beyond just the recreational cannabis industry.
Bongoron, one of the members of the Rastafarian Committee serving on the Cannabis Committee, is optimistic about Grenada's prospects of tapping into the international market for cannabis.
I do think that this presentation going forward, that there's a lot that can be that we can learn from it, and in the sense that we are talking on more on a broader international scale, not just local Grenada or just the regional day, but on a broader scale. So I think that Grenada, in that sense, we have a great chance of taking the right step going forward?
This is the kind of partnering we need at this point in time, especially where we are once again at our infantile stage of developing the agricultural sector, even though it was at one point in time the backbone of the economy. Today it seems as though we have to start from scratch, and what a way to start. So I'm very grateful for that. Definitely what you have outlined this morning falls straight in our pot, as we say in Grenada, and it will definitely be of use to the transformational agenda that we are embarking on in Grenada as it relates to agriculture.
And with that story, come to the end of the national report for Wednesday, January 18th, 2023. Now for a recap of the top story. Government of Fogo estimated 18.8 million in revenue this year with reintroduction of petrol tax at a lower rate. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Sherry-Ann Noel, thanking you for viewing.
Alrighty, and of course, wow. Thank you very much to the GIS team. Now we are moving on to the weather, and of course the weather, as usual, is submitted by the Met Office. So what we can tell you, right, so what we can tell you is that the weather is expected to be generally fair and breezy with brief isolated showers during partly cloudy spells. Tonight's minimum temperature 23 degrees Celsius, winds northeasterly to easterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate with waves 5 to 7 feet in northeasterly swells. A small craft advisory is in effect. Now for Thursday, the weather is expected to be generally fair and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times during the day with brief isolated showers. Max temperature 29.5 degrees Celsius and a minimum 23. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Seas moderate to slightly rough with waves 5 to 8 feet in open waters. A marine advisory is in effect. If we take a look at the weather for okay, so we're going to stop here. The weather is Friday. It's going to be similar to that of Thursday, but we're going to get to that when, we're going to leave that for tomorrow. God's willing, because, there can be some slight changes for Friday. All right, but the forecast is that Friday is going to be just as similar in terms of the weather condition as Thursday is. All right, again, Thursday, generally fair and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times during the day with brief isolated showers. Max temperature 29.5 degrees Celsius, minimum 23. Winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Seas moderate to slightly rough with waves 5 to 8 feet in open waters. And again, marine advisory is in effect. In fact, that's expected to be the case until about Saturday or so. All right, so we are moving on actually. We are heading over to YouTube to say hello to all the folks who are currently on YouTube. Actually, we have Suzanne, Marcel, Kathy, Glenora is always there. Cool boy. Blessings to you. And as well, we want to say hello to the folks out there on Facebook. So big up to the Facebook people now. So we have people like Michelle and Kirin and Shireen and Ezran and Hazelan and as well Javan, the sharing committee, praise and worship, Bermuda, Cynthia, who else is there? Delian, Karen. All right. Who else? And yeah, everybody else, man. So blessings. Who else is there? Let me see. Yvonne, Wendy Ann, Jane, Barbara, Glenda. Big up to you, Glenda, all right? Yeah, man, big up yourself. Osric, Wagwan. Yeah, blessings to you as well. And all the people who are usually there. Yeah? I see that some people still, Shum, Wagwan. I know, I still see some people who sharing the business now. All the share the business now. Share the business. You understand? When you share the business, other people get to see the thing. I find Facebook wrenching these days. So, you know, Ventress, share the business. Ezran, blessings to you, and share the business. You understand? Make sure there are some people who are hearing my voice. Maybe you don't even look at the screen. You're just listening like a radio. You know what I mean? Go grab your phone or your tablet or whatever it is and share the business. You understand? But folks, gotta let you know that we appreciate you all the time. All right? And that we are looking forward to being with you tomorrow, God's willing, same time, same place, right here. All right? Yeah. So anyway, take care, guys. Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, Cha! No! All right? Take care of your family. Take care of your friends. Yeah? And yeah, we will see. God bless you.